Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have with us here today the brilliant director of a brand new film debuting at the South by Southwest Film Festival called One More Shot. We have director Nicholas Clifford. Nicholas, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
There we go. Nick, this movie takes place on New Year's Eve in 1999, a date I remember very well. Uh, Minnie is a woman who's struggling with the fact that her previous ex is now having a baby and her current ex is at this party that she's attending. When the night doesn't go as planned, she discovers she has a bottle of time traveling tequila, takes a shot to go back and try it again. Does that about surmise your film One More Shot?
Yeah, I think that's a great take on it. We like to run around with time traveling tequila is the answer to what is this film about?
Yeah, I think I thought that that premise because I don't read the premises for the movies at festivals because I like to be surprised.
Ah, cool.
And when I saw it, I was like, what the hell? All right, that works for me. And you have Emily Browning in this movie, and the cast is fantastic. And how did you go about getting this cast together? Because they
Yeah,
all work as a unit.
yeah, they're really great. I think what was really important for us early on was to make sure we found someone who would be able to play Minnie sort of the way that, I see her, which is she's quite funny, but everything has to be kind of grounded in honesty for this character. So we, feel for her and we believe the stakes are real. There's a lot of physical comedy, but there's also scenes that require real moments of heart. And I think Emily just brings all of that. She's quite funny as a person. She's a really good human and an absolute professional. And we were really lucky to, yeah, just meet, get along, and then she joined the project. And then from there, I wanted to make sure that we surrounded her with, other really great actors and just built the wall one brick at a time. And yeah, each time we locked in another cast member, it was really exciting to see it all come together, and they all played really well together on set, and they were really fun to work with, and all very special in their own way.
I love the cast. It's funny because I had a sort of existential crisis during the movie when Emily says, "I'm 36," and I'm like, "There's no way." I still remember her like as a little girl in Lemony Snicket. It's like, "There's no way she's 36." She's
Yeah.
36, and I'm 37, and that made me like contemplate my existence. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's cool that you had a reaction to it in that way. Um, yeah, Em's been around for acting for so long, which was really handy for us, honestly. She's a real professional and just sort of it's a challenging role because she's in every frame of every shot, pretty much the whole
Yeah.
film with her. So it was a real endurance challenge as well. Like there was nowhere to hide for Em. She was on set all day.
Yeah, and luckily that really worked. So I'm gonna ask you a really cool, fun question because of the basis of this film. What were you doing on New Year's Eve, 1999?
Yeah, it's funny. We were talking about this earlier today. What I remember about Y2K, it's more of a feeling, like it's in the air. I remember people being really scared, not scared at all, or somewhere in the middle, and just kind of working your way through, will something happen? And it was, I don't know, with COVID and everything recently, there was sort of it sort of felt like that a little bit, that the horizon of what's coming is shrinking and we're not quite sure what tomorrow is going to bring. Like I remember that feeling in the air that maybe something really bad will happen, but maybe not.
Yeah, see, I remember exactly what I was doing because it's the turn of a new millennium and you get to be there and experience it. And I was with my mom and my dad and my brother and we were just watching TV and waiting for the new year to come and hoping that happened. Because we were in the camp of like, this will be fine. We're not worried about it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. You're completely right because there was a lot of hysteria about like the computers are going to malfunction. But I think that stems from a lot of people not understanding how computers actually work in 2000.
Yeah, I think computers were kind of still relatively new. And the governments around the world spent so much money f fixing this problem. And then when nothing happened, it was like, well, I don't know. Did we fix it? Who knows? There was talk of, banks closing down and planes not being able to fly. We at the start of the movie, we've got this fun audio bed, right, of grabs from different parts of the world and different people, and it was really interesting to source all of that and listen to what people were doing at the time and just how real the hysteria was. But then also other people were like, we're just on the beach having a party. So yeah, it was a real cross section of humans.
It was so interesting. Also, I love the use of "Laid" as like the song "Laid" as a cue for us whenever a certain action occurs in the film.
Yeah, that's a great track that it's funny we identified a different song earlier, and then when we got into post, I remember watching that scene for the first time and just thinking, oh, that song is not working at all. And so we sort of started this process of, replacing it. And we went through quite a few options, and that song just feels right for the time. It really suits the time. It feels like something they would be playing in the background at that party, but also that particular part of the song, for us, the audience, that's like our anchor in the time loops. So we know every time we see those doors open and that song starts to play, we've reset our time. So it works on quite a few levels, and one of them being just pure fun. Honestly, it's a really great track.
Yeah, anytime we hear that, we know what time it is. It's party time.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this movie is great. I sat there watching the movie in the comfort of my own house. I did not go to Austin this year, and I thought to myself, because it's funny, I did a little podcast for a friend of mine she's there now, and one of the films that I had on my radar was this one. And the main reasons that I had it pointed out were that it was a comedy and that it had Emily in it. And it didn't disappoint. So I got to commend you for living up to the hype that I gave myself for your film. It's always
I,
hard.
yeah, I appreciate that. What you never know, eh? Like I think I quite like how you just kind of go in blind. I think that's the best way to go into movies. And we know sort of the genre we're playing in. We're sort of playing around in this time loop space, but at the same point, we tried to make it a little bit different as well, and not in a really big way, but just kind of make our own little contribution to the time loop subgenre. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm happy to hear.
Oh yeah, can't wait to write this one up. I always have two last questions before I let you go that I ask every one of my guests, and they're very, very simple, very easy. The first one: who are some people you look up to, whether that be in your professional or personal life?
Oh, that's a good question. I think lots of different people for lots of different reasons. It's in filmmaking, it's sort of a rolling list, right? Like I think you take something away from each film when you watch it, like it might be something in a wardrobe or something in a VFX or a cinematographer. Um, so I think in professionally, it's just about little things that you pick up along the way and learn along the way. And then personally, just my colleagues, my friends and family, and it's a tough road being a filmmaker. So you need people around you that really believe in you. And I'm lucky I've got a very supportive partner who has walked that path, and then a couple of great business partners who are producers on the film, Tim Wright and Elise Trenorden. They were a big part of it. We've all sort of walked this road together over many years. So, without dodging the question, it's little things I think that I take away from that stuff.
Now, yeah, I mean, that was a perfectly executed dodge. Well done, Nick.
Thank you. What, neoed my way around it well enough.
The next one, you're not going to be able to nail your way around because
Right.
it's a very direct one. You have two movies you can watch for the rest of your life. What two and
Oh,
why? You're welcome.
two movies for the rest of my life. That's brutal. Um, I don't know. That's such a hard question. Let me just think about that for a second.
Of
I might just have,
course.
might just have to edit that out. But
Eh,
two movies. How about I'll give you a classic that I love. My favorite classic. I'll give you my favorite two classic movies. How about that?
that's a great answer. I mean, my two of my answers, like I have about four movies that I could cycle through. Two of them are classics, so I get it.
Yeah, I'll give you like because the new ones it just rotates. It's like, what's your favorite album? But to give you two beautiful old black and white movies, these are really obvious ones, but I watch these probably once a year at least. And one is Casablanca. I think it's a really great execution of a movie that has just held up. There's so much going on in that film structurally that's works today, which is quite amazing. And the other one. There's good old Seven Samurai. Again, it's that ensemble cast that they built. Those two black and white movies I watch every year.
And those are great answers. You can't really get go wrong with either one of those. Uh, I love it. I love that answer. Thank you for spending time with us today. Your film premiered last yesterday evening, correct?
Yeah,
At the South by Southwest Film Festival.
yeah, we did. We It was cool to hear the reactions from people. And now that you've seen it, you'll know some of the scenes kind of warrant a reaction. So it was really great to hear people in the room playing along with it and then hearing that people were fond of it afterwards as well. That was really cool.
Yeah, everything involving the door, the glass door is worthy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
because you don't see it coming. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We appreciate you. Is there anything else you want to leave for the audience before we let you go?
No, thank you so much for having me. I hope people find a way to check out One More Shot. It's a good time.
It's a great time. Make sure if you're in Austin, there's a couple more screenings happening of the film. Uh, Today or tomorrow, Wednesday, they're doing a screening. And if you're in Austin and you're at South by Southwest, make sure you check that out. Uh, Obviously, thank you very much to Nick for joining us today. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, man.
Thank you, mate. It was really nice to meet you.
Pleasure was certainly all mine.